I have joining me a lawyer and managing partner at Susanna Ola Daniels and Co. Olayinka Ola Daniels. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. Interesting topic, looking at the state of our constitution and how it reflects Nigeria as a nation state. If you would permit me, we saw in the papers yesterday lawyers, activists calling for constitutional amendment. But while they are calling for constitutional amendment, some are even saying that the constitution in itself is faulty because it's not a people's constitution. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, asking for amendment of the constitution, well, to me, that is not my call. My call is a total change of our constitution. And I align myself with the school of thought that says the constitution is not made by us. It was made by some military, folks for themselves. Unfortunately, this same constitution is what we have been using as a people since 1999 to date, and nothing has been done about it. And the truth is, if the constitution we have today is what we are still using, then I don't see a better Nigeria.
But over time, it has helped us. It has brought us to where we are today. Don't you see?
Brought us to where we are today? Maybe you are not conversant about numerous court cases of an inquiry to the interpretation of a particular, of most of the sections. Because to them, it's so ambiguous that in the end, we still have to go to court to interpret, meaning that in a way, the court is putting up an amendment. Because when the court comes up with their judgment, they try to interpret a particular sections, which makes it a precedence. Then when any other case is coming up on that same note, they use the precedence of the Superior Court that have adjusted that, meaning somehow, informally, the court has already made an amendment to that particular section of the Constitution. Reason why we have this every time is because the Constitution we have in Nigeria as of today does not. You see, the laws are made for the people, not people for the law. And don't forget, when a society moves forward, then the law also should move together with them, not some archaic laws. And don't forget, the people also that made the Constitution, they have their agenda. Okay, and that is why we have all sorts happening. And that is the reason why some people will do anything and they go away with it, they get away with it, and they tell you nothing will happen. Why? Because how come the meeting, the
but if you look at the confab reports that was submitted, do you see this present administration going through the journey of a constitutional amendment or changing the constitution?
Some of the stakeholders, some of the giants in this same government advocated for the report of that confab. They advocated for it. So at this time, now, they are in government. They are part of this current administrations, and they are in the corridors of power. So what are they doing? Because nobody seems to be ready to do anything. Everybody is quiet. Now, why? Because they are in charge, and they are running the show. Tomorrow, another set of people comes, and they are running the show, and these same people come to make noise. Oh, we need to look into the confab. For me, let us look at what is in a confab. Some of us, we are aware of some of the, contributions and all that. Then let us bring it in, because as we speak, the Constitution, to me, cannot take us anywhere.
All right, I have joining me now a lawyer and managing partner at Susanna Ola Daniels and Co. Olayinka Ola Daniels. It's good to have you join me right now.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning. Now, when it comes to the issue of Constitution of Nigeria, first of all, let us establish how adequate or inadequate is the Nigerian Constitution right now from the way it is?
Well, for me, the Nigerian Constitution, the way it is presently, does not represent the will of Nigerian people.
But besides the concept of, because we've heard lawyers and so many of your people saying that it wasn't a people-driven constitution. But besides the source of it, does it cover Nigerian issues?
Well, when you ask if it covers Nigerian issues, if it actually does, we'll not be here today. If it actually does, some of these issues we're having day in, year out, every day may be the things of the past. Because as we speak, the reason why we have these issues is because our constitution is fundamentally wrong, or I'm trying to look for a word. It's fundamentally faulty.
It's faulted, okay.
Do you understand? So now, if it's fundamentally faulty, and they says that if the foundation is wrong, so what will the righteous do? What can you put? You can't put anything on nothing. Okay. So now, the first thing we should do, we should look at that, because if we talk about amendment that some people are asking for, there are rigorous procedures. There is a long thing. In fact, as I speak, I do not see us going through that process. Because one, even when the Constitution talked about the two-thirds of the National Assembly, there's another one that it talks about the State Assembly coming together, the convention of the State Assembly. Now, have you ever heard anything like that in this country? Because everybody is battling his own problems. Nobody is even thinking about it. And that's the reason we keep having these issues every day.
But we had constitutional conference. We had a constitutional conference at least about twice, two major conferences to look into the possibility of amending the Constitution. Now, can't we take it from there?
Well, not that we can take it from there. Now, the question I will ask, what happened during the former president, President Jonathan, when they conferred, they spent so much on that, and we had the conferred, and to just implement, he didn't have the will. Now the same president, same former president, is asking for the implementation of the same conferred that he didn't have the will to implement. Now, the people that were not in the corridors of power, they were asking for the implementation of the conferred. Today, they are in power, and what have we heard about it? None of them is talking about the implementation of the conferred.
How difficult, even if we have to project further to the future,
yes,
how unlikely or challenging would it be to really change this constitution, or do we have to wait to amend bit by bit until we get it right?
Amending bit by bit will not solve any problems. Amending bit by bit, because the court will still interpret, there'll still be lacunas, there'll still be vacuum, and until we come to say this old constitution, we need to have a constitution that covers and that is for the people of Nigeria, and not just for a particular set of people.
Yeah, but so long as we have democracy running, would it be easy to totally change that constitution? We
had conferred.
Except we have to call for another national conference?
What was the reason for the 2014 conferred we had? What was the reason for it? They bought into the ideas, and we all went for it. So what happened to the implementation of that converb? Now, if you think there's a problem, then let us call another one, because the truth is, the way it is today, it's going to continue, only God knows for how long, if that is not, if we don't consider that. All of us need to come together, because there's so many issues, to the tribal, to the ethnic, to the whatever, all sort issues are there. So until we come together as Nigerians, either we look into 2014 implementation of that confirm, or if the government feels, okay, no, let us call another one. Unfortunately,
and spend money.
We're still going to have to spend money. Seriously, if we don't have a new constitution, we are not moving anywhere.
All right, we have to leave it here now. Olayinka Oladaniels, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.